Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing a review on the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Target exclusive Cyborg Spider-Man with his cybernetic enhancements. Very cool looking package. Again, I love the retro card and the artwork of Cyborg Spider-Man right there on the side. Very reminiscent of the early 90s figure from when I was a kid. It's got the figure right there in the bubble, and on the back has a little bio right there. Nice little illustration of him as the figure. And another cool image, same image up top. Anyway, we're going to get this guy opened up and we'll check out the accessories and the details. All right, so first up, Cyborg Spider-Man comes with one interchangeable hand, another fist, which is cool. So you can have him having two fisted hands, which will be most likely how I will be posing him. The webbing looks pretty good. There's a black speck right there, but not too bad. But overall, the webbing is nice and clean. It's not smeared or anything like that, but I think that looks pretty good. He also comes with web, which just has a little handle here and a little curl up there, which we've seen before. We do a comparison so you can kind of see the difference, and there isn't much. I thought there was going to be. It looked like the one he came with was a little wider, but looking at them together, I don't see any difference personally. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it is the same webbing that we've seen with, the House of M Spider-Man. There we go. Finally spit it out. All right, now looking at Cyborg Spider-Man up close, he looks really cool. I like the cybernetic, eye right here. The silver paint looks really nice. The red looks perfect in the circle. Not perfect quite. There's a little blop right there where it kind of could have got all the way over the eye, but it's not too noticeable. Certain angles you can definitely see it, but overall not too bad. I like the stitching around the front of the face here. I think that looks really cool. And it's got the white headband which wraps around. And it doesn't really bleed over into the red or anything. Same thing with, there is missing a little bit of brown paint right there on the strap, but not too bad. At least it's on the side over there, but I like that stitching on the face. I think that looks really cool. The white eye looks good, and the black lining. All the webbing looks really clean. The stitching continues up here, which looks really cool. But yeah, the webbing overall looks really nice. Spider logo looks good on its back. Coming on the front, around the neck, webbing all looks good. It does kind of end quickly right there in the throat, but not too bad. But overall, straight lines, no blemishes that I can see currently. Even with the plastic, where the two pieces conjoin, it's not too bad. A little gap right there, but that's kind of to be expected. But the webbing coming along the side of the arm here, I think looks really good. All the way down to the hand and fingers, looks nice. Same thing on the stomach. There's a little blemish right there, but not too bad. A little bit of the blue kind of bleeding over. But overall, it's not so bad. And then the spider logo on his chest looks good. It's always hard to get the black all the way down that crevice. I have noticed that with so many figures. It does have a line coming through the side here, probably due to the packaging. The paint was probably still a little wet when it got pressed in. And then the cybernetic arm. It's just a silver kind of plastic. I wish there was kind of like a wash maybe to give it some more detail. It does have a darker silver wrist there. And the plate that's kind of got the shingles look. Looks good. Then he does have a belt, which is just this light, almost mustard yellow. No paint applications on it, but you can see the buttons or pins on the pouches all the way across. And the belt buckle itself. And then he's got the wrap around his leg, which looks good. It's just actually just a whole separate piece, which is actually smart. I'm glad they didn't just paint that on. Reduces the whole, paint bleeding onto the blue or anything like that. And the webbing looks good on the feet and shins. Yeah, looks good. Little blemish right there. I always like to check the webbing. There's a little blemish right there. I am always impressed how well the webbing typically does come out for these, because these figures are mass produced. They're not, there's not like a good, like there's a limited amount, unless it's a Comic-Con one or so, or a different kind of exclusive. But overall, these are pretty mass produced. But I'm always impressed how good the Spider-Man webbing does come out. It gets a little iffy right there in the armpit joints here. But luckily, most likely, you'll have them kind of hopefully standing normal. If not, yeah, you'll have a little blemish right there, at least on mine. But even the leggings on the spider look really good too. Sorry I'm spending so much time on this. I just kind of wanted to look it over. But yeah, that looks good. All right, so we're going to go over the articulation left and right, up and down. Ball joints in the shoulders move out and then forward and back. He does have the armpit or butterfly joint, whichever you want to call it. Upper bicep swivel, he does have some more bulging biceps. Double jointed elbow, wrist rotation, hinge at the joint at the wrist. Good fisted hand, getting crunched forward, not really crunched, but I know it clicks back. There we go. Clicks all the way back. All the webbing continues, which is great. It does have a waist swivel. Definitely want to pull the belt up to move it. Definitely hinders it a little bit there. Kicks up about that much. I do kind of wish he had the newer you can pretty much do the splits. There we go. Just as I was speaking. That looks good. It's got an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot rotation, ankles move down, they move up. It has nice ankle rockers and pegals up on his feet. But I was kind of saying is I do wish they would use that newer Spider-Man mold that we got with the retro wave Spider-Man, where you have like kind of like a joint down here to really crunch him down. I think that would have been really nice if they just kind of did that with all their Spider-Mans. All right, I'll show you guys what the parts or the other hand switched on and the webbing. So with the webbing, obviously there's no gripping hand, so I just kind of pulled the hand off, put this on over. I guess you could have him hanging like that and at a certain angle. It still looks weird because it's wrapped around his wrist, but that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, not sure. All right, so here is Cyborg Spider-Man ready to throw down. I think this looks way better instead of having the flipping hand. That's just my personal opinion, but definitely looks cool with the two fists. But anyway, I'll show you guys how tall Cyborg Spider-Man is. All right, so Cyborg Spider-Man stands a little over 6 inches tall, and then here he is next to that retro wave Spider-Man I was talking about with the multiple joints in the stomach, just kind of to get the variations of the blue and the reds. Here's the pizza Spider-Man and the retro wave Spider-Man. I thought this would be fun. Here is the Toy Biz from Spider-Man Classics, Cyber Spider-Man. They kind of give it that cyborg next to cyborg, comparison. Why not, right? But very cool. Very cool figure. I definitely think it's just one of those fun Spider-Man figures. I can see a lot. I guess that's why it's kind of neat that's an exclusive. So if you're not the biggest Spider-Man fan, it's an easy pass. You don't feel like you have to get a figure you don't really want, and because of a Build-A-Figure, I know that happens to a lot of us sometimes. But overall, I think it's a really nice exclusive. Not sure if I could think of anything that I can complain about too much besides just the little bits of paint applications and like maybe some wash over the silver. But overall, I think it's a nice figure. It comes with the webbing, which is nice, and the fisted hand, which is good. But yeah, that's enough of my rambling for tonight, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. Take care. Have a great rest of the night. Bye. Or day. Bye.